Hello everyone, welcome to AS online class and this is Narendra. Today we will discuss the questions from the different areas of quantitative aptitude. Let us begin with the very first question which is there on your board, and I will read the question, then we will discuss how to answer it. It says that Dinesh invests rupees 5,500 in X months, while as Pawan has invested rupees 4,400 amount for X plus 3 months. So, we have the investment of Dinesh and the months is given in variable, whereas the Pawan investment and the months is given in variable. Now, it says that if the ratio of their profit, so we have the ratio of the profit of Dinesh to Pawan is also given to us, right my dear friends. So, then you have to find out what is the value of X. Can you do that? Try this one, I will just wait for a few minutes. Okay. So, these are the facts given to us. We have the investment of Dinesh and Pawan, okay, and we have the investment duration, and we have the profit ratio also of Dinesh and Pawan. You need to find out the X value. Come on, try to answer the question. Try to answer the question. I will wait for some time and then I will respond to it. It is a basically easy question. Okay. Now, I will answer the question here. Hope everyone understanding this part of the question. So, we have this 5,500, this 4,400. Let us take that this is 5,500, it is the first question and the very easy question my dear friends. So, this is the capital that is for X months, and the other one is 4,400 and into that is X plus 3 months, X plus 3, and the first one is of Dinesh and the second one is of Pawan. Hope you people have answered by this time. So, the ratio of Dinesh to Pawan is given to us, profit ratio 5:7, that is all. So, now we need to find out the X value, and easily I can get the X value over here as these numbers are getting cancelled. So, there is a bracket here, right, there is a bracket here. So, now cancel this one. Let us say that this is 5 times and 4 times and 5 gets cancelled. So, this gets cancelled over here, I left with 4 here, 5 is getting cancelled here. So, what I get over here is 3x is equal to, that is goes other side, am I right, 4x. So, here is getting 4 times, then 4x plus 3 which is equal to 7, then what is x? Now, I am making any mistake in this calculation, I need to multiply this, zeros gets cancelled and with 11 5 times and 4 times, and the 5 gets cancelled, I left with the ratio is correct, no, the Dinesh and the followed by Pawan, yeah, that is correct. So, I get this as 4x plus 12 plus 12. So, is that clear? So, 4x plus 12 is equal to 4x plus 12 is equal to, no, this is 7x. So, this comes 7x here. Now, as this x gets cancelled, I get 3x is equal to 12, therefore, the x is equal to 4. So, what is that x value? 4, option choice B. Whoever got the option choice B, that is correct, and it was very direct question. Now, moving on to the next question over here, some more data is there in this particular question. Let us see that what is the data, I will read and I will wait for some time to for your response. Now, it says that from a cylinder A contains 108 liter of mixture of water and alcohol. Okay, I have the quantity, total quantity, and the ratio of the mixture water and alcohol is given. Notice that the water is more, the alcohol is less, 8:1. Next, 36 liter of mixture is taken out and poured into cylinder B. So, we have the cylinder A and we have the cylinder B. So, from 108 you are taking out 36 liter and pouring out in B, if suppose this is A and this is B. Now, and in which the water and alcohol ratio is already there in the ratio of 3:1. So, some quantity is there in B, alcohol and water, and again here the is it alcohol to water or water to alcohol? Water and total alcohol. Okay, here water to alcohol. So, here also this is water and this is alcohol. Certain quantity is there in which you have put 36 liter of solution in which the water and alcohol are in the ratio of 8:1. The next one it says and the cylinder B has, if the difference between the water and alcohol in B is now 60 liter, the difference between alcohol and water over here, there is alcohol and water. So, the difference over here is 60 liters given to us. Then what is the question? The question is, find the initial mixture of cylinder B. What is the initial mixture of cylinder B? That means these facts are given to us, that in cylinder B you are adding 36 liter of mixture of the water and alcohol, in which the water is 8 part and the alcohol is 1 part in B. Now, existing water and alcohol in the B is in the ratio of 3:1. I can consider that 3x and 1x over here. Now, we have also given here the difference between water and alcohol between this and the final mixture in B is 60 liter. You are asked to find out what was the initial quantity of B. Yes, my friends, hope you will be able to answer the question. This is a moderate level question, not very easy and not very difficult. Okay, come on, try to answer the question. I will wait for a couple of minutes, couple of seconds. Come on, try to answer the question. So, what are you going to do here? In 36 liter, how much is water and how much is milk? How much is water and how much is alcohol? That is the very first thing you are going to find it out. So, let me write down over here, that is in 36 we have the ratio of water to alcohol in 8:1. So, 8 plus 1 is 9 parts, divide 36 by 9, you are getting 4 parts. So, 4 into 8 is 32. So, here the water comes 32 from here, and what is the alcohol? That is 36 minus 32, you are pouring the 4 liters. And the second way to notice this part is, let us take this one. Then what is the water here? Initially the water is 3 parts and 3x plus 32, 3x plus 32, this is the quantity of water in B, and minus what is the quantity of milk here. So, the milk is alcohol is 1 part and you are pouring 4 liters over here. So, I will consider this as x plus 4. So, if I take out that x plus 4, then the difference is given to us as a 60 liter. Look at this one, here we have the difference between final the total, look at this quantity of the total water and the total alcohol, the difference is 60 liter. So, this is water and this is alcohol. So, which is equal to 60 is given to us, and once I know that, I will be able to find out the x value, and once I get the x value, I can find out what was the initial quantity of mixture in the in cylinder B, and how much is the cylinder B? That is 4x. Come on, my friends, answer the question. Okay, hope you have completed your answer. So, let me cancel this one here. So, this is when you open the bracket, the plus will become minus over here. Open the bracket here, the plus will become minus. So, what I notice is 3x minus x, that comes 2x. So, let us write down that that is 2x, and here this become minus. So, that is 28 plus 28 plus 28, which is equal to 60, and when 28 goes the other side, you will be left with 32. So, cancel this one, you got that as 32. When 2x is equal to 32, then what is the x value? X value is 16. What I need to find out, what is the quantity was there in vessel B. So, that is 3x plus x, that is a 4x. So, 4x will be, hope you people are understanding my dear friends, that is 64 liters. Anywhere 64 liter is there? Yes, it is there. Is it not easy question? I am moving on to the next question, my friends, here, and that is this. What is this question? Here an article is marked 40% higher than the cost price, but it was sold at X% discount. Fine. Now, the shopkeeper makes a profit of 12%. What would be the selling price of the article whose cost price is 1200 and he sells it at a X% profit? That means, from the first information I will be getting the X value and apply that over here. That is a very simple thing here. In the step 1, we have to find out the X value here by using this mark price and selling price, and then step 2, place the X value in the second case. That is the only 2 simple steps are there. Come on, answer it. I will be waiting for 30 seconds at least. Come on. In the meanwhile, I will give some clue to you. So, we already know that if the cost price is 100, why I am not writing cost price 100? Because I do not need the cost price over here in order to answer the question. So, if the cost price is 100, then 40% markup, then my mark price will be 140, and what will be my selling price? So, we have the 12% profit here, then the selling price will be here, cost price is 100, I am assuming that, then selling price will be 112. Come on, based on that you will be able to find out that he sold at X% discount. You have the mark price, you have the selling price, you can find out the discount percentage. Let us find out the discount percentage, and once you got the discount percentage, you are getting the X value. And once you got the X value, so place the X on this place. Come on, answer the question. Okay. So, now I am finishing it here. So, what is the discount percentage? That is X%. So, here you notice that 28 is the discount over mark price, because discount is always given over mark price. I clearly notice that this is 1 by 5 and 1 by 5 is nothing but a 20% discount. That is over. So, I got the X value here. Now, I will replace in the second case what is the X, whatever the X value we derived, we will replace that X value over here. Now, the CP is 1200 and the profit is 20%. So, what I need to find out, what would be the selling price? That is what I need to find out. So, I already know the cost price is 120 and simply add the 20% of 120, which is 24. So, that is 120 plus 24, that comes 144 should be my answer for this question. Right, my dear friends. So, I can say that option choice B. Okay. Moving on to the next question, and the next question is something like this. Now, I picked up this question purposefully because I have seen that it was really an interesting question, and you will learn a lot in the process of answering the question. So, that IBBS PO Main 2018. Now, lot of information is there. The ratio between the mark priced of 2 pianos XX and YY is 4:5 mark price. So, I took the another slide in order to break up the informations. So, here the information, the same information which is here, I just broke the information part wise in order to better understanding of the question. Okay. Now, let us begin here. What is there? We have in the first case we have the mark price ratio given to us, and it is said that shopkeeper allowed the D percent discount on the XX, the first one, and D plus 18% discount on the second one, YY. Look at this, it is a really beautiful question. In the process of answering the question, you will unfold lot of concept. Now, the selling price of both the pianos are equal. Wow. It is a very important question. One equation will be framed based on that. The next, if the shopkeeper made a profit of 20% in the piano XX and 25% on YY, and the profit made on piano YY is 138 rupees more than that of piano XX, and the Y profit is this much more than piano X, then you are asked to find out the cost price of piano XX and the cost price of piano YY respectively. Okay, lot of information is there. Obviously, it is IBPS PO main. So, when you writing the PO examinations, you are expecting that you clear the exam. So, obviously, you have to prepare for the main questions too. So, let me give you the start and then you can do that. I will use this equal, selling price is equal, and what I know is the mark price over here. In the mark price, if you take out the discount, you are getting the selling price. So, what I will do here is, let us consider this mark price is 4x, the first one XX1, that is 4x and this is 5x. So, here I start, that is 4x, and as discount D percentage is there, what you do if the discount is 10%, then 100 minus 10, you will be taking 90% of the mark price. If the discount is 20%, then you will take what percentage of the mark price as a selling price. So, discount 20%, that means 100 minus 20, you are taking 80% of the mark price, that will be your selling price. So, in this case the discount is D percent, so 100 minus D by 100. So, take out this one, that what percentage you will take, 100 minus D by 100. This has become selling price of XX item. Similarly, I can find out the selling price of YY item, Y piano, and these two are equal, it is said. Selling price of both the pianos are equal. So, which is equal to, I will consider this is mark price 5x is the mark price, and into, if a 25% discount is there, what you do here, 100 minus 25 by 100, in other words 75 by 100 of the cost price. The same way here the discount is given something else, and what is that discount? We have to replace those values, 100 minus D minus 18. So, that is, can I directly write down 100 minus D minus 18, that means 100 minus 18, that comes 82. So, 82 minus D. So, I will be directly writing over here 82 minus D by 100, these two are equal. You are getting lot of information, because you know that XX gets cancelled, here you will be getting the D value. Okay, come on, think of it. By the time we move on to the next step, at least find out D. Then the question is visible over here. After getting D, what I should do? We will discuss that part. What is D? Okay. Shall I do the calculation here? So, I notice that this 100 left hand side, right hand side is getting cancelled, the X left hand and right hand side is getting cancelled. So, I get this as 400 minus 4D, let us write down this one as 400 minus 4D, which is equal to, I will multiply this by 82 into 5, that is 410. So, 410 minus 5D, you are getting D value, my dear friends. So, here look at this one, when I cancel this one I will be getting minus d over here, and when you cancel this one it goes the other side, it will be minus 10. So, in other word I can say that d is equal to 10. So, one part is over. Now, what is the use of taking the d as a 10%? That means when you are giving a 10% discount, then what will be the selling price of the first one? The selling price will be, that is 90% of the mark price. So, what is the cost price of, let me write down over here. Finally, you can answer the question, Cp of x, xx is there, I am just writing x over here. What is the Cp of x? So, this is the mark price, that is 4x and into 0.9, because discount given is 10%, that means you are selling it at a 90% of the mark price, and that gives us, that is 9 4 is 36, 3.6x is your cost price. Will that be cost price? This is the mark price, and when you are taking the mark price 90%, then you will be getting the selling price. Okay. So, what I need to do is, that has to be divided by, we have a profit percentage over here. In the first case we have 12% profit. 12% profit means the selling price is 120%. 120% means 1.2 in the form of decimal. So, divide this by 1.2, then you will be getting the cost price. So, selling price divided by 120%, I will be getting the cost price. Yes, my dear friends. So, it is a very interesting question, and lot of things goes on the concept, entire profit and loss concept is applicable over here. So, I thought to share with you. So, the decimal will be eliminated here. So, this gets cancelled 3 times and this is 3 times. So, I got the cost price as 3x. Similarly, you also please work out for the cost price of YY. Do it, my dear friends. I want you to apply the mind. It is not that whatever I am writing, simply you are copying it. Some concept you must be knowing. Then I have the selling price over here. What is that selling price? So, the selling price here, it is a 5x is my cost price, 5x is my mark price, and what is the discount? So, d is equal to 10%. Here the discount is d plus 18. That means what is total discount? 28%. So, in order to get the cost price, what you do here, that is 5x over here, and when you take out the 28%, then you are selling at what percent? 100 minus 28, and that gives you 28, then 72. So, 0.72, this is the selling price, and there is a profit here. How much profit? 25% profit is there. Now, 25% profit means 1/4 profit. The selling price will be 5/4. So, divide this by 5/4, you will be getting the cost price of the second one. And what I need to find out, find the cost price of these two. So, Cp of x yy, can you do the small cancellation process, and you will be getting this 5 is getting cancelled, and 72 into 4, and that comes that is 4 to 8 and 22.88x, done 2.88x. So, here I am getting this one as a 2.88x. What is this one? The cost price of YY. But can you simply add this and get the cost price? No. One more twist was there in this question. I just wanted to show you once again. We are dealing this question here, and you can see the type of question comes when you go for the main level in the PO. Now, here we have some value given here. What is that? 384. What is this 384? It is saying that the profit made on YY is 384 more than the profit earned on X. Once you got the cost price over here, you can find out the profit also. So, what is the profit here? In the first case, there is 20% profit. So, what will be the 20% profit here? Take the 20% of this, that is 0.6. So, 0.6x here is the profit. And what is the profit in the second case? That is 24% profit is there, 1/4 profit is there. So, let us write down how much is the profit. So, 0.7 and 7 4 28 and 2 x is the profit. We are almost reaching to the solution here. The difference of profit is there. What is the difference of profit? You can see over here, there is 0.60 and there is 0.72. Then I notice that 0.12 x is the profit, and the moment you reach to that part, the profit difference is 0.12 x, and that difference is given to us as 384. So, you got the x value, and once you got the x value, you can find out the cost price of the XX and the cost price of YY. Come on my dear friends, from here onwards complete this. I am sometimes waiting so that you people can calculate it. Everything, if I keep cancelling it from your side, the calculation part will be 0. But I want you calculate it, your speed will increase. Now, I am doing this, you got the enough time to cancel this one. With 12, I will be cancelling. 12 3 is 36, 36 and 12 2 is 24. As after decimal 2 digit is there, place the 2 0 over here. This is the x value. Now, you are asked in the question, we have the options. Look at this one. So, it is said that find the cost price of piano XX and the cost price of piano YY. So, what is the cost price here? We already got the cost price of XX is 3x. So, multiply this by 3x, 9600. So, my first figure is 9600. So, if you want to fix this with the option, like let us see that 9600, 2 options are there. So, I need to find out the second value also, and when we have done so many things, why to go for the option again? Even none of this is there, do not take the risk. So, I got my first value, and what is the second value? The second value, the cost price YY is this one, 2.88 into 3200. As after decimal 2 digit is there, 2 zeros will get cancelled, and the product of this with 32 will be your answer. And according to speed maths, how do we multiply this one? 2 8 is 16, carry 1, and then again 2 8 is 16 and 8 3 is 24, and 24 and 16 gets 40, and plus 1 is 41, carry 4 over here, and you multiply this by 2. So, 2 2 4 and 3 8 is 24. So, 4 plus 24, 28, and 28 32, carry 3. Okay, carry 3 is there here, and the last multiplication 3 to 6 plus 3, that is 9, 9 to 16. So, beautifully you can answer the questions like this. So, keep watching my video, and every time I keep bringing some new questions. So, anyhow 9600 and 9216 should be my answer. So, 9600 and 9216, that means option choice B. Okay, anyhow we can match the option, but the method, the informations you have to segregate it in your mind while you are reading it. And the process, once you know the whole concept of profit and loss, you will be able to put it in a prospective way. Right, my friends? Hope it is clear. Now, I am moving on to the next question, and the next question on your board is this here. What is the question? A shopkeeper sold a table at 30% profit and the chair at 40% profit. Fine. So, if the cost price of the chair is equal to, it is CP, CP of the chair is equal to selling price of the table. I was expecting it is the cost price of the table. Now, it says selling price of the table, and shopkeeper earns overall profit of rupees 820. Fine. Now, the question is then find the sum of the selling price of both the article. It is really a beautiful question. I will give the structure over here. Now, what is the cost price CP? Let us take that here it is CP, here it is SP, because one CP is equal to others SP. So, this is how I prefer to write down over here. And what happens about table? Then I will come to chair over here. Now, if I consider that here the cost price of table is 100, then what will be the selling price? 30% profit is there, 130. Now, a beautiful equation is there over here. The cost price of the chair is equal to selling price of the table. So, this cost price of the chair is equal to selling price of the table. So, I am getting here 130, and from here onwards, my dear friend, you answer the question. You have 30 seconds on the board. Come on. Some of you, I am sure Anusha and Pawan and others will definitely be able to answer the question. You have to find out the combined selling price. So, I think these options are wrong. Ignore the option. Ignore the option, my friends. Okay. The time is up. Now, it is my time to answer the question. Now, in the second case, what happens? 40% profit. In chair, 40% profit is there. What is 40% of this? That is 13,4 is 52, that comes 182. Here the selling price is 182. So, all I am getting is here overall profit is 820. What is overall profit? Let us calculate over here. The total cost price is 230, whereas the total selling price is 312. Then how much is the profit over here? The profit is 782, 82 parts. When 82 parts is equal to 820. 82 parts is equal to 820. It is said that selling price of both the article. So, what is this total selling price? 312. So, 312 article will be how much? So, I see that 82 part, one more 0 is added. The same way, that is 312, one more 0 will be added, you will be getting the value of this, and then it comes 3120. That should be my answer. Please ignore these options, right. So, it is a easy question, because I can take the 100 over here. So, it has become 130, and it is said that the selling cost price of the chair is equal to selling price of the table. So, that is how I get 130, and I have the profit percentage of the chair also. So, I am getting the selling price. So, I get the total selling price and total cost price, the different 82 parts, and the difference in the profit is 820 given to us. Right, my dear friends, I will be moving on to the next question here, and that is this. Okay, ignore that because the options are wrong. Now, okay. What I notice is in all the cases same options are given here. Do not bother about the option, you can answer the question. Now, what is it? The cost price of the article P is 600 more than the cost price of article Q, and the selling price of article P is 1200 more than the selling price of Q. A beautiful relation between the cost price and the selling price of P and Q is given to us. Okay, if the difference between the profit and on selling these two articles is 13.1/3% of the cost price of P, then what is the question? Find the profit earned on Q if the profit percentage earned on P is 1/3. So, how do we start? I am just giving the start to you. Cost price of P is equal to, what is that? Cost price of P is 600 more than the cost price of Q. So, cost price of Q plus 600. So, I can convert it in either cost price of P in the form of Q or Q in the form of P. And the second informations we have, the selling price of P is, so selling price of P is equal to 1200 more than the selling price of Q. So, selling price of Q plus 1200, this equation is given to us, right my dear friends. So, and we have the ratio over here. It is saying that the difference between and so on so forth. Okay. So, what can I do the next one? More than, if the difference between the profit and on the selling these two articles is 13.1/3 is given to us, and the cost price of P, difference between the profit and on selling these two articles is 13.1/3. It's okay. So, what I can do over here? It's also said find the profit earned on Q. If the profit earned on P is 1/3. Okay. So, let us work out on this part. What will be the cost price of Q and what will be the selling price of Q? Can I get the ratio of the cost price and selling price? It says 600 more over here and it says this one. Okay, fine. So, CP of P, think of it. I have an idea how to move on. I can convert that the cost price of Q in the form of P, the selling price of Q in the form of P, and one important information is there here. Then if the profit earned on P is 1/3, that means the selling price of P will be 1 plus 1/3, that is you are getting 3/4, 4/3. The selling price will be 4/3 of the cost price, 4/3 of the cost price, selling price is. Okay. Now, can I consider this as a selling price, cost price? If 3x, the selling price will be 4x. From here, your question start getting solved here. This selling price is 4x, cost price is 3x of what? P. Now, apply that relation over here. Now, I am applying over here, that is cost price of Q, which will be equal to the cost price of P minus 600. Why I am doing so? Because this cost price and selling price I can convert in the form of x. How is it? Because I have taken this selling price if 3x, cost price is 3x, selling price is 4x. So, now both are in the x format. So, here what happens here? Cost price of P What is the cost price of P? 3x. So, that is 3x minus 600. I converted the cost price of Q in the form of x. Similarly, I will convert the selling price of Q in the form of x. So, selling price of Q, selling price of Q, and what is the selling price of P? The selling price of P is 4x. That is the starting point. Until unless you do not understand that point, then you cannot move forward. Now, here the selling price of P, which is 4x. So, selling price of Q is 4x minus 1200. So, here it is 4x minus 1200, and somewhere it is said that is equal. What is that equal? Some equation was there where I read that these two are, no, the difference is given to us. Okay. The selling price here the difference between the profit and on selling price is this much more. Up to this it is clear. What I can derive from here, those who are new to the subject, they may find it a little difficult. Now, this is the selling price and this is the cost price. I will be getting the profit. How do I get the profit over here? The profit of Q is equal to selling price minus cost price, that is 4x minus 3x is equal to x, and finally, that is minus 600. This is the profit. After that, what you can do? I will give a pause because I am not giving time for you to answer the question. So, we got this profit here. After that, what can be done here? Come on. We have still not used this one. That is the difference between the profit and by selling the two article. Selling the two article is a 13 1/3% of the cost price of P. Come on, use this information. Okay. What can I consider that the cost price of P? We already considered that the cost price of P is 3x and the selling price is 4x. Come on, my friends, I am just waiting for a few seconds so that you can think the next step, because it is not very direct question. You have the difference of profit. Use this information, difference of profit 13 1/3%, that is 13 3 is 39 plus 1 is 40, 40/3. Use this information, that is 40/3 into 100. So, you know that this gets cancelled with 22 times and with 20 this is 5 times. You are getting this as a 2/15 fraction. How can I use this 2/15 fraction? And you already know that 1/3 is the profit and the difference of profit is given to us. Come on, my dear friends, that is 2/15. How this 2/15 can be used? Okay. Now, what is the profit in the case of P? The profit in the case of P is x, because 3x is the cost price and 4x is the selling price. What is the profit? The profit is x. So, difference of profit, it is x minus, in the profit of Q you are getting x minus 600. So, when you subtract this, so minus x and minus minus become plus 600. So, minus x plus 600, which is equal to, what is the difference? The difference is equal to cost price of P, 13 2/3, that is 13 2/3 is nothing but 2/15 of the cost price of P. Shall I write down that? 2 by 15 of the cost price of P, and what is the cost price of P? 3x. So, which is equal to 3x into how much is that? 2 by 15. Can I get the x value with this? Try this one. I put up all the initial activities here. Had I not been given the clue here, then probably some of you may have a trouble to move forward. Now, the difference of profit is already given to us. Come on, find out the x value, and once you get the x value, you will be able to find out the question asked is the difference is this much, and then find profit earned by Q. You can find out the profit earned by Q is x minus 600. With this equation, you are getting the x value. Come on. So, you have the options there. No option, ignore the option. I am completing the last part here. And what is that last part, my dear friends? Here I notice that xx gets cancelled over here, and with 3 this gets cancelled how many times? 5 times over here, and then x is equal to this is 2 and this gets cancelled 300. So, 5 into 3, that is 15, x is equal to 1500. I got x is equal to 1500. What else you need? Your profit of Q is x minus 600, where x is equal to 1500. So, 1500 minus 600, that comes 900. I am writing it clearly, the 1500, my required value is 1500 minus 600, and that is 900. That is all. So, once you are understanding, couple of questions you need to practice it. If this type of question you have never done it, then it is difficult that in the examination itself you will be able to work out all the questions. Now, sometimes it is not possible. So, anyhow, let us move on, and my answer is 900, right my dear friends. Okay. So, I am moving on to the next question here, and is okay. What is the need to give 30 seconds now? Let us move on, and I think by default all the options are left this one. So, please ignore the options. You can answer the question. Allow me to read the question here. Raj sells the baseball bat of mark price 1000 at a discount of 20%, that means I am getting the selling price, and gives a ball costing rupees 20 free. Here you get confused, and many a time the similar type of question was there in the banking exam, RRB examination, SSC examination too. Now, still he makes a profit of 25%. What is the cost price of the bat? Can you think of it, how to do it? Let us consider that this is bat, and in discount he is also giving ball, and the price of the ball will be included in the cost price, because the ball which is given and how much rupee? 20 rupee, that is also the part of the cost price. Come on my dear friends, I just wait for a few seconds. I am sure you will be able to answer the question. And all the questions which I am discussing will open up the application of concept. Anyhow, I know that this is 1000 is the mark price, and 20% discount is there, that is 200 discount is there. I am just writing mark price and discount, right. Okay. Now, what is the selling price over here? The selling price will be 800. Selling price will be 800. Okay. Now, here he gives a ball, of 20 rupees free. Then what is the actual selling price? The person is taking this 20 rupees ball free, that means his selling price is 800. No, this is a discount. he is giving free. So, you should know that it is a discount. Then the what is the selling price? The selling price will be 780. Done. Now, what is the question here? The question is, what is the cost price of the bat? He is making cost price of the bat. You know the selling price here. Come on, my dear friends. And you know he making a profit of 25%. In this selling price, there is a profit of 25%. That means this is 125%. So, 25% profit means 1 by 4 profit, selling price is 5 by 4. In order to get the cost price, I will multiply the selling price by 4 by 5. Let us complete that part. That is 4 by 5, and that gives us 624 over here. Is that clear? Okay. I am moving on to the next question, and the next question is this. Okay, forget about the timing and all. Now, let us read the question properly. A day will come where you can do it faster than me. The profit earned on an article sold for rupees 624, that means selling price is there, and the profit percentage is also there. This is my selling price and this is profit percentage. No, 20% more than the loss when it is sold for rupees 360. So, it says that whenever you are selling for rupees 360, there is a loss, and whatever loss comes, if your loss is equal to x, then profit is 120% more than the loss. That means your loss is 1.2x. Yes, friends? Okay. Now, what is the question? If the person mark up the article by 25% on purchase price and sold it after allowing 2 successive discount of 10%, then find the selling price of the article. Come on, I am sure you will be able to do it. I will assume that the cost price is equal to x. If the cost price is equal to x, then from selling price, if you take out the cost price, you will be getting the this is the selling price, right, or else we have this the selling price, and I consider the cost price as x. So, from this selling price, if you take out the cost price, you will be getting profit. Come on. So, what is the ideal way to write down this one? That is 624 minus x. What is this? This is the profit, which is 120% of loss. So, in the second case, which is equal to, in the case of loss, cost price will be greater than the selling price. So, that is x minus 320, this is loss, and here it is profit. The profit is 120% of loss. So, the loss 120%, 1.2. Hope you are understanding this equation, my dear friends. Now, ignore the options here. So, by solving this, are you getting the value of x? Yes, and once you get the value of x, so that means you are getting the cost price. Once you get the value of x, you are getting the cost price. Now, it is said that if it is marked the article 25% on the purchase price. So, once you get the cost price, you can get the mark price also, and after allowing 10% discount, 2 discounts of 10%, then what is the selling price of the article? Everything is depending on your value of getting x. Come on, my dear friends. I will just give 30 seconds for you. Some of you will definitely be able to answer it. For some, it is a revision. Come on, 14 more seconds is there. Okay, okay. Time is up. As I said, please ignore the options. Please ignore the options. Time up. Now I will start working on this. So, here 1.2, if you multiply this one, I am getting this as 1.2 x and 12 672 and 7 and 12 336 743. So, 432 is the value here. Now, this is minus, not equal to, this is minus this. So, let us cancel this part here. When you are taking this one 2.2 x, so that is 2.2 x, which is equal to, you will be adding this number on the other side, that is 1056. Yes, 1056. I notice that the number is getting cancelled by 11 and also by 2, that means it is getting cancelled by 22. Am I right? 1.2. So, this is 1.2. So, cancel it, my dear friends. How many times will it get cancelled? I will be getting the x value over here. So, first it will be getting 5 times, no, 4 times, and if I take out the 88, I will be left with 788, that is 7 and 1, 1 5 6, that gets cancelled 8 times and 0. So, finally, I get that x is equal to 480. Let me write down that x is equal to 480. And what is x? X is a cost price. Now, what next I need to do? So, increase it by 25%, that means increase it by 1/4, it will become 5 by 4. Let us complete the final calculation, that is 480 into 5 by 4, 25% marked by 25%. So, that is it should be 5 by 4, and there is 2 successive discount is there, that means 10% and 10%. So, 10% it will be 9 by 10, 90%, 2 times. So, that is 9 by 10 into 9 by 10, that it comes 81 by 100. That will fix your answer. Yes, friends. So, let us complete this calculation here. Shall I give some time for you? No, some option B is there. So, ignore the option part, because I notice that all the options are left in the same way. Anyhow, I am cancelling this one, and in the process of cancelling, what is the best way to cancel this part? Cancel this and this, cancel this one, this is 12 times, and 12 5 is 60, and with 6 this 0 get cancelled over here, and 616 and 6 8 is 48. That is the answer, 486. Okay. So, not a difficult one, the only thing you need to know the approach, how to begin over here. Okay, my dear friends, I am moving on to the next question, and the next question on your board is this. Here, the profit earned on selling a table for rupees x plus 2400 is 220% more than the loss incurred on selling the article for rupees x plus 1000. So, here 250% more it says. Okay. Now, had the table been sold for rupees x, there would have been a loss of 70%. Is a good question, not very directly answered questions here. What is the cost price of the table? How do we start it? Think of it. I will just wait for 10 seconds. Think of this. How do we begin here? Here you are getting 250% more. That means it has become 330%, 350%. and 350% is nothing but 3.5. Use this one. Okay. As already x is mentioned here, I will consider the Cp as y, or else we will get confused with this x and the x given over here. Then what is the selling price? The selling price will be here, there is a 70% loss. Okay. And 3000 3.5. When you are selling at a loss for rupees x, you are getting a loss of 70%. That means 30% of cost price. If there is a loss of 70%, that means the selling price is 30% of cost price. So, can I write down this as 0.3y is equal to this capital X? Okay. You may ask that, Narendra, why didn't you start with these values? Now, I am going to place this x and this x in the form of 0.3y. Now, it has become easy. Now, 0.3y plus 2400, 0.3y plus 2400. From there, if I take out the cost price minus cost price, I will be getting profit. Yes, and that profit is equal to how many times of loss? So, first replace this, that is x will be replaced by 0.3y. So, 0.y minus, because I need to find out the loss. So, the cost price minus selling price, y minus 0.3y minus 1000, because if the bracket is open you will be getting minus. You got it? Okay. Here there is a profit, here there is a profit, and in this case there is a loss. And what it is said, the profit is 250% more than that of loss. So, this profit is equal to how many times of loss? 0.35 times. More than. No, it is not more than 250% of loss. I am extremely sorry. It is not 250% more, it is 250% of the loss. Okay, my dear friends, I am sorry for that wrong typing here. So, I will be taking this one, the loss, how many times of loss is the profit? That is 2.5 times. So, I will write down this as 2.5 times. Your base is completely built up. Now, simply solve the equation, you are getting the y value. From here, can I give you 30 seconds? Come on, answer the question. I need to find out what is the cost price of the table, and what is the cost price of the table? I am looking for this one, the table. Selling price is there, we can get the cost price. First, find out what is y. Come on. I am just waiting for some time for you to calculate. Now, I will open up the bracket over here. So, here it is become 70% loss. Okay. Then when it is sold for X, let us simplify this one, minus Y is equal to, so what do I get? 0.7 Y, and that should be in minus and plus 2400, which will be equal to, so here I will be getting plus 0.7 plus 0.7 Y. I can multiply directly with 2.5, but I am just giving one step so that the explanation will have the clarity, minus 1000, right, and this has to be multiplied by 2.5. So, there should not be any doubt now. Here when I multiply with 2.5, then I will be getting this one as 25 into 7, 1.75 Y. Now, 1.75 Y, and here it is minus. So, if you take the 7 over there, I will be getting 2.75. Is that okay? Why not to calculate the whole thing and do this calculation over here, that is minus 2500. I got this one, and 2500 when comes in this side, that is 4900. I am getting 4900, and the Y goes on the other side, 0.7 Y. So, 1.05 Y is equal to, this should be 4900. Is that clear? Now, further simplify it and see that how many times it is getting cancelled. If I cancel this part with 49, no, directly it will not get cancelled. With 7, with 15, let us do that small rough calculation. With 7, how many times? With 7, 13 times, 13, no, 15 times, I am sorry, 0.15 Y, which is equal to, this is 7000, then place the 20 divided by 15. Will it get divisible by 15? No. Did I made any mistake over here? 1.7 Y is correct, minus 7 Y, that is also correct, and when I take that the other side, it should be plus. I made it minus, it should be plus. So, this figure will change. So, that is 2.45 Y. Let us write down this one as 2.45 Y, which is equal to 4900. Now, it is clear. I made a small error in this. When it goes the other side, it will become plus. I subtracted it. Then what is Y? Now, it is very clear what is Y here. Both numbers are getting cancelled by 49. So, it is very clear, Y is equal to 2000. Done. We got the Y value, but what is the question? What is the cost price of the table? The cost price of the table is Y, and the Y is equal to, it is 2000. That should be my answer, my dear friends. It is really a good question. So, if someone is writing, write down. I am moving on to the next. You can always pause the video and check it. Moving to the next question, and that is leave over the option part, that is this. What is this question, my dear friends? Here, if a book was sold for rupees 256 by Ram and earned some profit. So, in this case there is a profit and I have the selling price here. Now, if he sells at 25% more than 25% more, okay, then the ratio of the new and previous profit will be 15:7. And it is says that the new profit and previous profit. This is new profit and this is previous profit when he sells at 25% more. Now, here the question asks that what is the cost price of the article? Come on, I am sure you will be able to answer the question. I will assume that the cost price, let us begin this one as cost price is X. So, what is your CP1? The CP1 is 256. What SP1, and what will be your SP2 if he is selling 25% more, 25% of 256. So, you can directly add this one, that is it comes 6 and 4. So, what will be your CP2? CP2 will be 320, it is clearly visible here. Now, it says that the profit part. So, what is the profit here? In the first case, in the second case, 320 minus X, 320 minus X by, is it saying profit percentage? Yes, profit percentage. So, you need to find out the profit percentage, that is by X cost price and into 100. That is how you are getting the profit percentage. And how about the second one? In the second one, you are getting this is what the selling price is, that is 256 minus X by X and into 100. All I am writing just only to make you understand the format, or else you already know that in numerator 100, denominator 100 will get cancelled, by X will get cancelled. What actually will decide, that is 320 minus X by 256 minus X. That ratio is 15/7. It is given to you. Now, you can answer the question. Can I give the time to you? 30 seconds. You are asked to find out the cost price of the article. We have assumed that the cost price of the article is X. Come on, my dear friends. I do not have the mobile, so not able to see the comment, but it is okay. If you are answering the question, that is good for me. If you are understanding the flow of solution, that is the best thing. Now, your time is up. I am not showing the option because, as I said, that by default that is left. So, let us cancel here. Then 100 you don't need to write down this 100 and X, because you know that that's already will be getting cancelled. So, you directly write down these two part and go for the cross multiplication over here, that is 15x and 7x, the difference is 8x. So, directly write down the difference, which is 8x, and you are multiplying with 7 over here with 7, that is 0. Let me write change the ink color. Now, here that is 0 and 7 2 is 14, carry 1, and 7 3 is 21 and 22. Okay. With 15, when you multiply this one, 15 6 is 90, carry 9, and 15 5 is 75, 9 84, carry 8, and 30 38. Okay. I notice that it is 1600 is the difference. So, here it is 1600, 8x is equal to, then what is x? Obviously 200, and what I need? Cost price, the cost price is 200. So, x is equal to 200. That should be your answer, my dear friends. Hope the explanation is clear. Okay. Let us move on to the next question here. This one, a man purchased 2 articles of the same cost price. Now, he sold one article at 9% loss and the second one at 15% profit. If the total profit earned is 120, then find the cost price of each article. The simplest possible question. No one can prepare the question smaller than this for the examination. You know that whenever the cost price of 2 or more article is same, then overall profit is equal to the average of profit or loss percentage. That is here 9% loss and 15% profit. What is its average? Then I notice that it is a 3% profit. And how much profit is given to us? 120 rupees is given to us. So, you are asked to find out the cost price. Many of you must have done by this time. So, when 3% is 120, then what is 100%? So, I need to multiply this by 40. So, multiply this by 40. So, you are getting 4000, that is the cost price. But this is the overall cost price. You need to get the cost price of one article. Then 4000 divided by 2, and that gives us 2000 rupees. That should be your answer, my dear friends. Okay, this was a most easy question. I am moving on to the next question here. Now, can we see that an article is sold at a certain price? The selling price is 2/3 that of the price one loses 10%, selling price is 2/3 of the cost price when there 1 minute. The selling price at 2/3 of the price one loses 10%. That means 2/3 of the selling price when he sells, then he loses 10%. That means this is equal to 90% of the cost price. This sentence is slightly confusing, but we will be able to handle this one. Now, the gain or loss percentage in the original price. This is the question based on the ratio of selling price and cost price. So, what is the selling price by cost price? Selling price by cost price is equal to 9/10 into 3/2, and in this way I get 27/20. Am I right, my dear friends? This is the last question of the class. So, here I see that cost price is 20, then selling price is 27. Selling price is more than cost price. Profit, how much profit? 7 profit over 20. So, profit percentage will be 7/20, and we know 1/20 is 5%, 7/20 is 35%. So, here 35% profit, that is my answer. Okay, my young friends, thank you very much for watching the video, and even one question helps you, please like the button here, share with your friends, subscribe the channel, so that whenever my class will be there, you will be able to expose lot of different questions. Thank you.